That was the start of it.
Okay, so you're saying that many people are called in the sense of God reaches to them. In your case, it was through your mother, through others around you, pastors you mentioned, and then being a chosen one would be, you mentioned pleasing your mother, so it would be pleasing God and not your mother. So shifting that focus or that purpose towards doing actions that please God and not the world. Or you mentioned John 17:14, which is to live in the world but not of the world.
Yes.
So your mother had some sense of trying to drive some purpose out of you. Maybe it was in a negative outcome or negative way, and it was probably done in a negative way, but you saw it as, I still need to get a scholarship. I still need to play football. I know that God is leading me in this way. So how do you reconcile your chosenness, and how can someone encompass completely, fully that chosenness, or I'm using this word of being chosen? How can they really take those reins while still allowing God to be that leader?
That's a great question. Here's the major piece of being chosen. First of all, you have to accept it. You have to accept the call. And the call is usually a specific purpose, something that you have to do in life. Once you can accept it, like I accepted the call of following God more than what I felt in the world. So it was deeper than just the wordplay of it. You have to be the word. I had to accept the word. I had to be the change that I wanted to see in the world. So I had to accept authority. See, authority is God's.
So how could they?
Is
So
God's
how can
plan
men
to protect your life? When
so
you're under authority, go ahead.
How can men right now watching this anchor themselves in their sense of worth in their chosenness? How could they anchor themselves?
You first have to be intentional about being chosen. You got to be intentional. This is not haphazard. This is no such thing as luck. You have to be intentional about saying, I want to be my best self. I want to be the best me. And then you have to do three things. You have to align your words, your thoughts, and your actions up with your truth. So that sounds easier than it is. So first of all, you have to know your truth. And in order to know your truth, and this is what I do in my coaching sessions, the book that I sent you, the ebook, well, it's the chapters in that book. Get to know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and then are you in the very position to effectively give yourself in that order. So in order for you to know your truth, you have to really get to know yourself. And I'm not talking about a visual knowledge of yourself.